The following is intended for mature audiences only. Discretion is advised.
Welcome back to another episode of The Fast Signal. Big Boo here. We got a special guest. He's a songwriter, he's a singer, he's a stand-up comedian, and definitely he's serial guru in my book, guys.
Quad threat going.
Childlike at best, Mike Valdes.
Yo, what's up, man? How are you guys?
Whoa, mother.
Doing great.
Whoa.
What up, man?
How's your day been, Mike?
Good, dude. I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Oh, no, thanks for coming on, bro.
We're stoked to have you, man.
Oh, awesome.
Stoked to have you, dude. I don't give a fuck about Roth and Tim, how they're minute, second, hours going, let alone their day.
This is normal.
So, Josh, kick the fucking beat.
I haven't even been on for 2 episodes, actually.
Thank God.
Shots fired. Shots have been fired. So Mike's in the safe zone. You're lucky, Mike.
Mike, you're in the safe zone, baby, because you're our special first guest.
And what an episode to be back on with, man. We have Mike Valdes in the house. Give him another round of applause real quick.
Oh,
Yay,
thanks,
yay, yay, yay.
Fuck yeah.
Appreciate you guys.
Childlike at Best is such
Yeah.
a fun show, dude.
Thanks, man.
Everything you talk about, like in terms of like just nostalgia and living like a kid as an adult, it's a good time. It's what we do on the show for the most
I
part.
watch a lot of podcasts, and the ones I listen to are toxic on every aspect. When I listen to yours, it settles my ears and it's calm because I know.
Well, you chose the right episodes. There are a few episodes where we do that, but yeah, you chose the right ones.
Yeah, everything we've been subjected to has been so far like on the opposite of that.
Yeah,
Like,
of course.
extreme.
I mean, I try to keep it as light as I can, just because nostalgia is something that I feel like it's the light that you can't see, and that's kind of what needs to be reminded of us sometimes. Like, we need to remind ourselves that, we have that child version of who we are in ourselves still, like
yeah.
in a lot of ways, like we're all just kids that are wearing like a Spirit Halloween adult costume, but it like looks like us.
So this episode in particular, man, I mean, there's so many directions we could have taken with this one, and we're gonna each pick our 3 favorite films throughout the 80s and 90s, and we're just gonna take turns talking about them.
By the way, those were so hard.
It was particularly tough for me because I'm a 91 kid.
Mm-hmm.
Technically speaking, the first 3-4 years of that decade is a blur.
Yeah.
So really,
That's how I felt because I'm an 82
Same.
baby. Yeah, dude. I'm an 82
my selection of
baby,
films
and
were
it's
very
like,
narrow. It's like a 5-year span, and I gotta like try to remember like everything I consumed at that point.
Maybe in the race with an ancient guy. Good easy for me.
Yeah,
I was born in the 70s, so we're good.
Yeah, you just have a whole library.
I'm like, bro, that movie came out in 95. Like, I'm an 82 baby. I didn't really comprehend that movie, bro, until I saw it in like 2000.
Oh,
So
yeah, absolutely.
So I'm sitting here like, is that really nostalgic? I'm like, not really.
Yeah.
Out of here, I understood it. RoboCop in 6. And by the way, shout out to Childlike at Best. Hit a like and subscribe and follow Mike Valdes on Instagram and it's
Yeah.
Big Comedy Network. God damn it, they're the shit.
On Spotify and
Yeah.
Amazon too. You got merch on Amazon, right?
I'll plug the merch because I'm a whore, so why not?
Absolutely.
Childlikewonder.co is where you can find my merch.
You're a serial whore too.
Yeah, I love cereal, man. Cereal, I talk about it in my stand-up, and like it's something where like, everybody has to find their sense of childlike wonder, and how I find my sense of childlike wonder is through eating cereal, because cereal, I feel, is the all-encompassing food of childhood. It reminds you of watching X-Men the animated series on Saturday morning. Like, it reminds you of that specific time, watching Batman the animated series, or
Now,
shows like that.
let me ask you this question. In your personal opinion, since you're one of the top cereal aficionados that I've met or anything,
Yeah.
Is Trix a cereal for pimps in training or pimps to be?
That's very funny.
Very clear distinction. There is a before and after, right? So it's
yeah,
like,
there is. Trix is a very pimp cereal. That is a very good distinction. Yeah, because like somebody who like owns a strip club would probably eat Fruit Loops, but like a pimp would eat Trix. Yeah.
What you eating? What you eating? Trix, motherfucker? Don't you realize, bitch?
Does that mean the mafia's munching on Lucky Charms then?
Irish mafia.
For sure.
The guy who runs 12 Girls OnlyFans accounts eats Fruity Pebbles. That's what that means. So,
okay.
Okay.
I love Fruity Pebbles.
Good one. I got one for you too. Here's another one. Josh, pull up the 3 pictures I sent you and get his opinion on. These are cereals that I'm pretty sure we can figure out what demographic they're catering to, bro.
Okay.
I'm excited. I wasn't prepped for this bit.
Go through them and everybody give their quick opinion of what word comes to mind off the bat when you see that.
Golden Crisp.
Whenever I see cereal that's puffed wheat, I always think that you do Civil War reenactments for fun. That's what I think.
Oh, no. Josh, show him the next one. I got more, guys. Don't worry. Show him the next one, Josh. There you go.
Okay. Again, these are
some black kid in New York, like for sure. Like this is like that's the first thing that like off the top of my head.
Puffed wheat is my least favorite cereal because it's very like Civil War reenactment feeling to me.
Oh no, you're right. Trust me. There goes the Civil War enactment too. It's not
okay.
One too.
That mascot, man.
Coco. I mean, dude, this is
brutal. They're brutal.
Kellogg's is real tough. Yeah,
exactly.
Did you just find these on the internet to be like, oh, you like cereal? You want me to show you how racist cereal companies are?
No.
That's kind of our thing.
Good one.
You have to understand. Our thing is to bring nostalgia and destroy it.
1,000% his thing, without a doubt.
No, listen here.
Yeah, I didn't invent cereal.
Oh shit, that's a great one. Mike's like, listen here, bro. I can't give you reparations for Kellogg's, bro. Better back up.
I didn't make cereal.
Sorry, okay? I'm sorry for what they did.
Yeah,
I'm
sorry.
Leave me alone, man.
Real quick though, I will say this: it's not reparations, but I will say this. I did think that since I was coming onto the show and cereal is my thing, I wanted to have a very specific cereal for you guys.
I was hoping this was coming. I seen someone was like, "Oh, is he gonna pick one out for us?" Holy shit!
Yeah, so I actually have 2.
Oh my god!
So this is Batman cereal. Have you guys seen this before?
Oh, never.
For sure.
No, I've not.
I've never had a Funko like cereal in itself. Never.
Yeah,
I've never seen that one, but I've seen like the Marvel
so
ones.
many.
Oh my god!
Yeah, they all taste the same, and they taste like a butthole. They're all great. There's a maze in the back. Yeah, there's a maze in the back, and also, in case anybody was wondering, or in case anybody asked for it, there is a Jared Leto Joker cereal.
Oh my god!
As well.
That's the perfect flavor promo combination.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna.
No, Boo. That's your box right there, bro.
That's my box.
You're the Joker head here.
I like
so I wanted to get like Batman themed cereals for you guys.
I like that.
But yeah,
I like that.
Those are the ones.
We appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.
Going off of instead of cereal now, let me ask you a question.
9 inches. What?
All right, cool. Yeah. Good to know. Bigger than me at that age. All right, now.
No, you got it.
All right, so now, as a child, as a child in ice cream trucks, from now to back then, can you see the difference in them?
Ice cream trucks?
Let's just be real. This is L.A., Hollywood area.
LA ice cream trucks are a thing, core ass thing. Yeah,
like you're from Florida. You're from Florida, right, player?
I'm from Miami. Yeah.
And where are you residing right now, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm in Miami, yeah.
Do you see him now as opposed to you living where you live now and then possibly coming by?
No, they don't come by anymore, and like
Exactly.
it's weird. In a way, it kind of makes me feel good about myself because like I feel like ice cream trucks only go to like really like lower class neighborhoods because like when I was a kid,
I am out of the ghetto,
dude. Because when I was a kid, I had two ice cream trucks a day. I was so poor. Like I mean,
Exactly, bro. No, he's not lying.
We know how poor we are by the number of ice cream trucks that pass by our street.
And then I'm pretty sure since you live in Miami area, you had the dudes that used to come on the little white shopping cart that somehow they can turn that into an ice box, bro.
Yeah.
And then
that was multiple. There was a guy selling fruit. There was a guy selling roses for your girl. There was a guy selling everything.
Oranges.
Yes.
Like there was one for just oranges, without a doubt.
But going forward, we're running off because we're hitting that nostalgia trail. Trust me. All right. We'll let Mike go first, being the honorary guest here. Give us two of your, save your reboot for later, but give us two of your nostalgia movies.
Honestly, it's my favorite movie of all time. And it's my nostalgia movie. It's just my movie in general. I have told my best friend this, which he thought was crazy. I said, there isn't a single day on this earth that I've been alive that I haven't thought about this movie. And that is Back to the Future.
Dude.
Back to the Future is my favorite movie, like ever.
Damn it.
You got Ralph. You're my boy, bro.
Yeah.
Love you. You crossed off Ralph's list. Now he's got to think.
Yeah.
I love you, bro.
The reason why it's so good is because it's in all senses of the metaphor, it is lightning in a bottle. Dude. Like if any little thing went wrong on that movie, casting, the way something was said, the way something was written, the way something was edited, went off, it wouldn't have worked.
It's so true when you say that because like Michael J. Fox wasn't even supposed to be the lead, and like the last second he ended up being the lead.
Bro, Eric Stoltz made it all weird. Like they're like, hey dude, you're not supposed to like actually make out with your mom, and he's like really into it apparently. Like you know,
and the residual creativity that Dan Harmon is like still sapping from that. You know what I mean? Like
of course, yeah. So much so. Like it's, I think in my personal opinion, it's the perfect franchise. It's out of all three movies. The first one is definitely my favorite.
And third one kind of sketch artist player.
Usually everybody argues that one, but I do enjoy it.
I like the third one though.
It's tough to argue it, but it is better than most third movies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's just, that's kind of the argument that I always make. It's just like, it's tough. I mean, because then you can think of like probably like Return of the Jedi or something like that, but then you also have to think that there's more movies to that, you know? So
touche.
When it comes to franchises themselves, from start to end, you can argue that all three of them are great.
A lot of times you feel like when they get to the third movie, it's like it wasn't planned out for most movie franchises that get to the third movie.
Most of it, unfortunately, was just because Crispin Glover got a little greedy and asked for more money. And because of that, they had to not put him in the movie. And so in the second movie, so then because of that, they had to rewrite it and like all this stuff. So it was a lot of rewrites that happened, you know. So
they're probably going to kill me. Who's Crispin Glover's character? I'm bad with actors and real names. You got to tell me.
No, you're good. Crispin Glover plays George McFly in
yeah, dude. I love that skinny mother.
Dude, I got real freaked out by him, like for the trailers for that one rat movie he did.
Yeah, Willard.
Yeah, Willard.
I'll be honest with you, man. George McFly is pretty much like the only time I haven't been weirded out by him as a human being. Which makes me realize that he's a great actor. Because if I like him in that movie and I don't like him in anything else, like that,
you've nailed it for that role.
They were like, dude, who could we get that's the Norman Bates or Rats? They were like, we'll get that dude right there.
I mean, apparently he was generally all around creepy outside of it. Like all the like talk shows he's done. Like just he's done some crazy ass shit. He like jumped up and down on Letterman or some shit.
He pulled the Tom Cruise.
I mean, really, Tom Cruise pulled a Crispin Glover. If you really want to put it that way.
Have you ever caught Biff's stand-up comedy?
Oh yeah, I have. Yeah, Tom Wilson. Yeah, he's great.
Hilarious.
Yeah, very funny. Yeah, he does like musical comedy. The guy that plays Biff, Tom Wilson, he's a comedian and he does like songs. And so he has this song called The Question, and it's all the questions that he's asked when he's
about Back to the Future. I've
about
seen
Back
that
to the
one.
Future. Like, what's Michael J. Fox
hilarious.
like?
I showed you that one, Tim. Remember?
That shit was funny.
All right. So what would be your second one, boss?
Oh man, it's really tough, man, because like I also went into this thinking that I had to reboot a movie, and I was like, yikes, this is really hard because all of my favorite movies are my favorite because I don't want them to be remade. I think I did one for the 80s. I should do one for the 90s. I gotta go Jurassic Park.
Ooh.
Just because that movie changed cinema. It changed special effects, so much so that Steven Spielberg tricked your eye into thinking that a dinosaur was real. I remember the first time I saw it, it was in Spanish. So it was El Parque Jurásica. Yep. I saw it in Spanish. I understood the plot a lot more in English later on,
man.
but even watching it in Spanish, I was like, wow, this is a great movie. It's a great movie for a kid, especially a boy who's growing up, because boys, at least I was.
How do they dub
the dinosaur?
Ian Malcolm, like how do they how do they do that?
Yeah, for a while I thought Ian Malcolm sounded very different. Yeah,
so like a small part of the movie is CGI.
They used a bunch of like really dope ass animatronics for that shit.
It's so good, and it's such a great movie when you're a kid, at least for boys, because like boys are obsessed with dinosaurs for the most part. I was obsessed with dinosaurs growing up. And like when you watch that movie, you become scared of dinosaurs,
How would you reboot it?
I
hold on, Tim. We don't even know if that's his reboot movie.
Oh no, I wouldn't reboot it at all.
Okay then, Tim.
I thought you were just asking me my favorite two movies.
Okay. I didn't like how they did my Samuel L. Jackson.
I agree.
Yeah.
We've had many discussions about this. Yeah.
Honestly, though, he has a line that is on t-shirts, man. Like he made a staple
hold on
with
to
hold
your
on
butts.
But that's also unfair because Samuel L. Jackson is the most iconic actor ever. Like he has a thing that could be on a t-shirt in every movie. Like
man.
Just about every movie that he does have has a t-shirt.
Always the most entertaining thing he's in, no matter what. Like even
100%. He outacted those dinosaurs in Jurassic Park. Yeah, it was crazy.
I haven't seen Spirit, but every time I hear, I'm pretty sure he's like the best thing in that movie.
Yeah, he's great.
All right, Ralph. What are your two?
I went with Naked Gun.
Sure.
It's one of my favorites. That's one. It reminds me of my dad just hanging out and just growing up.
My OJ.
And you have a young OJ.
That's Nordberg, bro. That's Nordberg, baby. I with Nordberg.
He wasn't OJ though. He was Nordberg.
That was a live action Wile E. Coyote to me.
You don't get too many movies like that anymore at all, really, unless it's animated.
It had everything. It had a little bit of everything, and just enough action, and just enough humor. And then Leslie Nielsen was just a champ. And then I went with something a little bit more childish on the second one because it's like one of my favorite movies. It's the NeverEnding Story, the first one.
Great movie.
94 movie.
Couldn't do it. Big ass dog scared the out of me.
Falco. You had to train you, bro. It
was weird, bro. It was weird when
the horse died. That shit was sad. There's a reason I blocked that movie out for a little bit.
Yeah, bro. When he sat there and talked to him, I'm just seeing them lips and that tongue. I'm like, oh, you.
Yeah, Boo's like, I want to reboot NeverEnding Story, but recast the dog.
Man, make
real
that something else, bro.
Yeah.
Make that look like something else, bro.
I give you my third one if you want.
Ralph wanted to ask you a question, Big Dog, about music since you're a songwriter and you're a singer and you have your band out there. Go ahead, Ralph.
Like, do you ever want to incorporate your music into your comedy, or?
I like to keep them separate. A lot of people have told me, hey, you should do that. And like, I've just never been somebody that I I do want to incorporate music with my stand-up, but I want them to be two separate art forms.
Right.
If I write comedy music, the moment I write something serious, I'm afraid everyone's going to think I'm joking. I would just rather music be the thing that I'm serious, and then comedy is the thing where I'm silly and all that stuff. And if you were to be like, well, Mike, if you were to do like a special or whatever the case, the elevator pitch is basically the same person who can have a heart broken is the same person who thinks farts are funny.
Okay.
Right. I saw your cameo too in that one video, the music video you did. That was pretty funny.
I've done a few. Yeah, I did Cool with the Jonas Brothers, and that was really cool. I did Zero with Imagine Dragons. And that was for Ralph Breaks the Internet, so that was super fun, getting to be a part of the Disney family. Yeah, that was really cool.
Hey, you made it out of the Disney family alive with your sanity.
Yeah.
Growing up as a musician, everybody wants to be part of the Disney orchestra, be part of the music writing. Of course.
Or do you want to be part of Disney?
I've worked for both Disney and Nickelodeon, and they've been fine to me personally. At the end of the day, and I was happy doing that in my 20s, because I was just I wanted to be a part of silly kids television. But then as an adult, I was like, man, this is it's a lot of energy. It's a very specific kind of acting that I'm just not into anymore. Yeah, I'm just not into it anymore. Yeah.
You made it out of Disney, player. They didn't kidnap you and clone you, Mike. Or did? Or did they?
You could say that they did clone me, though, because I look like the kid from Up, so I get it.
Oh, yeah. Maybe they looked at him and they were like, huh.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Have you ever done anything for Cartoon Network?
One of the first things I ever got really close for was the Cartoon Network thing, and it was but I never got to work with them, but I was really close to doing it was so crazy because at the time it was unheard of, where it was going to be a live action kind of Tosh.0 for kids.
Really?
And they
That's
wanted somebody
hard.
an early 20s, but essentially they were looking for boy humor, so farts and poop and things like that. So it got really close, and then I don't think the show even ended up getting made, which I get it because it's difficult, especially with Nickelodeon can get away with it, but anytime Disney or Cartoon Network have tried to do a sketch show, it doesn't work because they're always they forget that somebody has to be the butt of the joke.
Yeah, you're the shit, Mike. Dude, hey, dude,
Thanks, man.
Hey, bro, there's a seat for you. I'll kick Roth or Tim out. You choose, bro. You're on, bro.
I know he was going there. Tell me you knew he was going there. You knew that.
All right,
it was going to be brought up once. Some of us was going to get sacrificed for sure.
If you had a choice, of the only thing you could watch on your television that they're like, listen here, bro. Hey, you only had a choice of one of these three on your television 24/7 you would have to watch. Would it be 90s Cartoon Network, 90s Disney Channel? Because remember in the 90s Disney, them motherfuckers had some smashing ass movies, okay? Or 90s Nickelodeon. Remember Doug?
That's a great question.
Monsters.
Which one?
This is really tough because every kid surfed. We all we had our Cartoon Network things, we had our Nickelodeon things, we had our Disney things. I personally think, other than the movies, I think Disney has nothing in the 90s, and here's why.
What about Disney? Is that in the mix there?
No,
that's
Disney Channel, Disney, yeah.
Other than the movies and reruns of Boy Meets World, all Disney really had that was interesting was Gargoyles, maybe. And
Tim.
Maybe.
For sure.
I mean, Gargoyles was so sick though.
Gargoyles was sick enough for Bruce Timm to shit on it, like in interviews. That it was the funniest thing.
but at the end of the day, that my argument that I always make about Disney afternoon like cartoon stuff, like the DuckTales.
Oh, I was just
Tailspin
thinking that
and
we're on the same page.
all
I was
that
like,
stuff. Yeah,
DuckTales.
Yeah. I personally think that everyone says, "Oh my God, you remember that show? It was so great." I don't think you think the show was great. I think you think the theme song was great.
The theme songs were banging, dude.
The theme songs were
money
out
into
of this
those
world
things.
good. Yeah, they were out of this world. Like, you're like, is Boys to Men singing this song? What is going on?
And like I remember you're short on the Power Rangers theme and like just the keyboard and everything, but like still, they made that thing just they made that thing like Coke for the ears. It was nuts.
It was so good.
Disney, even their spin-offs, them motherfuckers was hitting. Because we had what was that one?
Come on, we had the Rescue Rangers and shit.
Oh, Darkwing Duck.
Darkwing Duck. Come on.
Yeah.
That catered to the black people. That was like Darkwing Duck.
Of course it did.
They had 3 black women
when
behind
there's trouble,
them.
you call DW.
Come on, bro.
Yeah. Yes.
God damn.
They took you to church with that theme song, dude. It was so good.
They got the comic nerds right off the bat with its cartooniness too. They got everybody with that one.
Yeah, and it was Disney's answer to the Batman the Animated Series craze, essentially.
Well, we're done with Gargoyles. What's next? Pretty much, yeah. Like
yeah.
For me, my mom was always working, and my dad was smoking on that Pookie. I only could learn watching TV. I'm gonna tell you, right now, I learned history through DuckTales.
Okay.
Yeah.
I learned history through Wishbone.
I was about to say Wishbone and like
Zoom. Like
out of the box.
Out of the box, yeah. Cartoon Network had some bangers. I mean, of course, you have Johnny
Stimpy,
Bravo.
no?
We're leaving PBS out of this though, really?
I mean, PBS, it kind of slaps, let's be honest. Like a 90s PBS.
Like PBS had everything.
90s PBS was pretty bonkers, man. Like you had Zoom, you had
Little Bear, Blue's Clues, then like
that's Nickelodeon.
Oh,
check that.
Which is why, not to get to my answer early, but that's why I'm picking Nickelodeon, because like Nickelodeon had all the kids stuff, like for little kids, like even down to like Franklin, dude. Franklin was on Nickelodeon. Like Little Bear, even Face, dude. You remember Face? It was just a color with a smile on your television.
Face
that was all
the
it
best
was.
TV host for little kids.
For what? Nickelodeon?
Yeah.
Nick Jr. Yeah.
An emoji on the screen.
He was the first. He was the first emoji for sure.
He was the first emoji, yeah. And then Stickly with the afternoon. He was the popsicle stick that would pick all the shows that you would watch.
Yeah,
so you're like, I hope it lands on Doug. I hope it lands on Doug. You know,
with his mouth all bing. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So which one, player? Which one? Which one you pick?
I mean, Nickelodeon.
I would choose Nickelodeon. I would choose Nickelodeon because pound for pound, you got kids. The little kid stuff was popping because you got Blue's Clues, you got Little Bear, you got Franklin. Then you got the regular animation. You got Rugrats, you got Doug, you got Ren and Stimpy, you got SpongeBob, you got all that stuff. And then live action, you got game shows. You have Legends of the Hidden Temple. You have Guts. You have Double Dare.
Double Dare.
You had SNL for kids on Nickelodeon.
Yeah, dude. I thought SNL was all that for adults.
Yes, it was. I've went to actual recordings of all that. So.
Really? Okay.
Yes, that was cool.
They had all the banging artists for like their musical sections.
They had TLC. They had Coolio back in the day.
Every
they had
artist
so many cool people. Aaliyah. There's so many cool people. Yeah.
Tim, what are your two? What are your two movies now?
Batman Forever and Zorro, 95.
This fool. Damn, dude.
I mean, listen, you have to understand, like, I was a teeny tiny ass tot.
Really
like
on the Zorro shit.
Hell yeah,
for one,
Zorro, bro. Embrace Zorro.
I remember, man, like, Zorro 95 was on, and that shit was nuts for me, because, I mean, I used to watch the Toon Disney reruns of Zorro, like, with Guy Williams back in the day, all the time. So, throughout LA, they have these buildings that cover oil pumps and shit like that. So there's one big rectangular slab of a building that when Zoro came out, they had the big ass Z across from it. So every morning, like when you would go out to the balcony, that's what you would see on your skyline. So as a Batman animated fan, it just lined up, right? So like I would see that. Batman Forever was the first Batman. Anything I've seen, I wouldn't change that for a bit. I would ask if anything for the director's cut where they have the big bat that he confronts in the cave and shit. That's what I would ask for. I wouldn't change any of those two just because they've contributed to the whole comic card shit. Like they pretty much help solidify like, okay, yeah, I want to draw for a living. I want to draw that shit all the time. My dad, like in '99, showed me like Back to the Future, Beverly Hills Cop. He showed me Cocoon 2, not realizing there was a Cocoon 1. He was just like, watch this. I'm like, Dad, I think there's like, no, this is it. This is the one. I'm like, oh, all right, sure. Like, so nice. He was he educated me on 80s stuff like when we moved here. But yeah, man, other than those two, it's like it's Disney movies and like other animated shit. I watched like Lion King in theaters. I've seen Aladdin, Pinocchio. Like those were the movies I had in that 5-year gap.
He's about to get beat by Godzilla, his little bitch, because he's obsessed with Godzilla's his real horror, his real side piece. So if you don't,
and who just generally doesn't like it when I geek out about any thing whatsoever.
Stop, because the meta. Stop,
the
dude.
sour face on
not in front of the guest, honey. Not in front of the guest.
I don't know what else.
All right, now my two, Half Baked and Friday One. You cannot reboot Friday One or Half Baked.
Were you really expecting me to give answers like that? You know what kind of household I live in. Like,
I mean, I wasn't going to give answers like that either. Yeah.
That wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
I don't know what you wanted out of me.
Those are great movies, though.
My mom was a weed smoker, bro.
Fantastic movies.
Yeah.
My mom, when she found out I was smoking weed in my senior year.
Yeah, bro, senior year, I was 5.
Yeah, when we were 5, Boo was sucking dick for coke. That's what was happening.
Bro. Wow. That's a cool one. Touche, Mike.
Bro, Bob Saget in that movie rules.
Man.
Bob Saget has one line and it rules.
Man.
And it was fantastic.
He's like, marijuana's not a gateway drug. Marijuana is such and such. I used to suck dick for coke. Oh, this went left.
And then you ever sucked dick for coke?
No. Yeah. But wait, what made it more is the other dude in the background going, I seen him. Like,
yeah.
Like, no.
I love Bob Saget, man. What a great
man.
comedian. Yeah, rest in peace to Bob Saget. What a great comedian.
You said you didn't have a reboot, Mike?
I do, but I it's kind of a cop out, but yeah, I do.
Talk to me real quick. What's your reboot, player?
Well, real quick, what I wanted to say was that all of my favorite movies, I don't ever want to reboot. Like, I was thinking of all of my favorite movies. I was thinking of Back to the Future, would never want to reboot that. Was thinking of, even Pee-wee's Big Adventure is in my top 5. I would never remake that movie, because Paul Reubens was perfect as Pee-wee. I wouldn't remake Ferris Bueller's Day Off, So I think a great movie that could be remade today, because the story is so good, and it could be remade, and you can kind of argue that it's been remade, but I think you can remake Big with the Tom Hanks movie. And the reason why I think, and again, you can argue that it's been remade because Shazam is basically Big with a superhero. So like, you can basically say that it's been done, but I would remake Big, but cast Kevin Hart as the Tom Hanks role, because I think nothing would be funnier than having a kid say, I want to be big, and then he becomes an adult, but he's still the size of Kevin Hart. Like,
I got him in my reboot too, Kevin Hart.
Yeah. Plus, Kevin Hart would sell that movie like nobody's business. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, he could remake Big. Like,
yeah, dude.
The thing about that movie that's really tough is you need an actor that is good enough to be an adult but still act like a kid.
Act like a dumb kid too.
Exactly. That's why Tom Hanks was so good. So that's another reason why I picked Kevin Hart, because I think Kevin Hart is so good at that. I mean, there's very few people, maybe him and like Jack Black are like the only like grown adults where you're like, man, I could see that a kid is in there.
Big. I like that one. Tim, what's yours?
Okay, don't yell at me.
Watch it. Zoro.
We're gonna yell at you right now.
No, I already said Zoro's the one I can't reboot.
Yeah, because it's perfect.
Don't yell at me.
Is it Batman Forever?
I'm getting yelled at. PTSD over here from all these episodes, man. But I'd reboot Godzilla 98.
Okay.
I told you, bro. I told you before you said Godzilla, bro.
All right. Good night, guy. Ready?
Yeah.
I like that.
But listen. It gets a lot of hate, and
Well, no shit.
you know, it gets a ton of hate.
sucked.
And listen, if there's and
You suck.
for that reason, hey,
Let him know, Josh. Let him know.
I love that movie.
Fucking
just
movie
say,
was horrible. Come on, guys.
I love the movie too, but if there's anything that
Fucking Lizard
deserves
Walker.
a reboot, like or remake, just like that one, like throw Will Ferrell in it if you gotta. I don't give a shit. Do whatever you have to make it to everyone's taste. But that I just want that monster back. That's it.
You're making me feel like a kid, Big Mike. I'm eating cotton
I was about
candy
to ask,
over
what
here.
are you snacking on over there?
Cotton candy. This shit is fun, bro. He got me feeling like a little kid, bro.
Hell yeah, dude. The thing about Godzilla, which like I can get behind that, because I don't think Godzilla is a bad franchise. I think that movie can definitely be remade, but my argument is that it's been remade like a million times.
With 2014, I was gonna say you can argue that 2014 and the MonsterVerse legacy onward is like here's our second shot again. I get it. I miss the iguana is all.
What you want is the same Godzilla design, just everything else different.
Just better, you know?
Sure.
Just done
but
better.
that's what. But let's be honest. That's what everybody that watches a Godzilla movie wants. Period. Right?
1000%.
Is like Godzilla doesn't seem to be the problem. It seems to be everything else. You know what I mean?
That shit's tight. Give me that one again.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah, that's kind of why. Like I agree with you in that sense. Like, if you're gonna make a Godzilla movie, who gives a about these people? I just want to see Godzilla fighting. That's all I'm here for.
I just want to see,
you know what I mean?
Shit up 1,000%.
Yeah, that's all I want. Yeah. And which is like why, like, you know, Godzilla versus Kong was like kind of annoying, because it's like, bro, I just want to see these people fight. I don't care about Millie Bobby Brown. Like, I don't care.
I already got a whole other movie with her, and that was enough. Like,
yeah, I don't care about these people. Yeah, I want to see them
Tim
fight.
about that. I fast forward past all that shit.
Me too, dude.
I told him.
As soon as I see her big forehead ass on screen, skip.
Oh my gosh.
Skip. I like the black dude. The black dude's funny to me. I like him. He's a great actor. I liked him in Eternals. He was one of the only things I liked in Eternals.
Oh yeah, he's great in Atlanta.
MonsterVerse got rid of the one decent character who, like, all he ever said was let him fight. That's all I needed him for, and they got rid of him, and now I don't care about anybody else.
Yeah.
What's your reboot, Big Roth?
Airplane. I think it's right in the 80s.
Okay.
I can't do that. I like Airplane, dude.
Yeah, I think it's perfect the way it is, but how would you recast it?
Especially when the white lady start talking to ass. Oop, they're gonna bleep me for that shit. Up, I'm gonna get. Especially when they talk that sass. She's like, "Now calm down, slick. What's going on? No, they messing with my boom top." Oh, that was the best.
You jive, turkey. Yeah, it's crazy,
bro.
That
shit is hilarious.
Pretty White would definitely play that role for me.
Another thing that nobody talks about. This movie has I want to make up this term called comedy boobs, where like the boobs are there for literally no reason.
No reason.
You know what I mean? But when you're a kid, you're like, thank God I wanted to see boobs today, and this movie read my mind. Like,
was that the one when they're falling in the plane and he just keeps ripping everybody's down?
Yeah,
they just got packing with titties.
I'd probably put Bradley Cooper as the pilot.
Bradley Cooper is the pilot. Lady Gaga is the woman. Sure. I feel like this is familiar, but let's go for it. Yeah.
Yeah, finally someone other than me.
Why not?
My movie to reboot. is Short Circuit.
Okay. That's a great choice.
For the last 30 years, I thought that was actually a brown dude like Tim.
Sure.
Hey, bro, I'm going to tell you guys right now, other than Robert Downey Jr. and Tropic Thunder, hey.
Yeah. Boo got that 4K and he was like, uh-oh.
He was like Robert Downey Jr. low-key. He got away with that shit, bro, and catch no flaca.
And he did. Most people didn't know. Most people had no idea.
For the female in the movie, I'm starting to like her as an actor, dude. I really like her as an actor. Great actor. I don't care what anybody says on this panel. Except for you, Mike. If you don't like her, I'll change her right now. But Brie Larson would be the female.
Oh, sure. Yeah, she's great.
Favorite.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brie Larson. The
thing about Brie Larson, and I need to kind of watch myself because I'm also an actor, and I always tell myself like never shit talk other actors because my luck is that I'm gonna work with them one day and they're gonna be like, hey, I listened to that podcast, by the way. And I'm just you know,
really, that one?
So like I think and look, I think this about every actor, to be honest. So that's why I'm okay saying this. Brie Larson is a great actress. She just needs to keep her mouth shut otherwise.
That's
you know what I mean?
I don't care much for her.
Nobody should be asking actors' opinions on anything political or anything anyway.
Or religion.
Or anything.
Exactly.
Yeah, or anything. Because like
it's that Dave joke. Why does anybody give a shit what Ja Rule thinks?
It's true. Like we are paid to say words that are on a page. Like it is not like we are rocket scientists. We don't know the end of the world. We don't know anything about that stuff. You know,
I guess I gotta mail that degree back. I thought I was a rocket scientist.
But that's the thing. Like, I don't think actors should talk about that stuff. Like, it should just be. That's why, like, the best actors, when you think about it, name any amazing actor. They don't have social media. You don't know what their beliefs are. You don't know anything about religion. They are just a actor. Exactly. And then you're like, that's why Leo DiCaprio is believable, because I know nothing about him.
He likes them younger.
Oh, he changes them, man. Yeah, he changes them like wallets, dude.
Oh.
Now, for Newton Crosby, the one of the scientists, I got The Rock.
Okay.
He always pumps money into everything he's in, usually.
Yeah. He could sell a bad movie.
For the brown guy, we're actually going to get a brown guy this time, guys.
Okay.
The brown dude from Eternals. His name is Kumail
Nanjiani?
Yeah, him. He'd be
Camille would be so good in that. Yeah, Camille would be great.
Pretty funny.
He's a stand-up.
The voice of Johnny Five, Kevin Hart.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm in. It would be funny to see Kevin Hart be Johnny Five.
You can imagine once he gets the information and he starts getting his own personality in that movie. Oh,
if Kevin Hart was the robot in Rocky IV, I'd be so happy.
Oh my god, dude, that'd have been funny.
People would have loved the robot. They would have been like, man, I hated that boxing movie, but that robot was hilarious.
The theaters are gonna steal this, so watch, Mike, because The Rock and Kevin Hart, the chemistry they would have as the two scientists.
Oh yeah.
What about Kevin Hart as the voice for RoboCop?
Honestly, hilarious.
Are we talking blaxploitation at this point now?
Dead or alive, you're coming with me.
He's a robot, yeah.
I couldn't believe it. I'll be like, that voice coming out of that tall motherfucker.
Like, when he stops somebody, he's just like, let me tell you something. Bam. Let me tell you something.
Don't move, creep.
And no, guess when he's screaming for some help. Or that shit right there. When he's screaming for help.
And Robot just on the floor on his back, like, ah, shit. Yeah. Help.
Yeah.
Like a turtle.
All right, Mike. It's been great having you on.
Dude, thanks for having me.
What's the name of your band before we get off?
My band is Mike Valdes and the Noise. That is my band.
The Noise. Yeah. Okay. I'll let you close us out, Big Mike.
I'm Mike Valdes. Don't lose your sense of childlike wonder. Josh, kick the beat.
Be good humans.
Yeah.
Mike, thank you so much. Hey, shout out to Big Comedy Network. Hit that like and
shout out Big Comedy Network.
We are Fat Signal.
Shout out to the Big Comedy Network. Thank you so much, Mike, for popping on. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, throw the comments in there, man.
Get that cereal from Mike's Amazon, all that good shit, you mother.
Yeah, man.